Picture this, you're at Starbucks, the barista says, "That'll be $5, and you drop a massive limestone rock on the counter, or a handful of peppercorns. No, it's not a TikTok prank. It was just Tuesday for our ancestors. Today, we're looking at ancient payment methods that would literally ruin our lives today. Stick around, because the last one proves that paying with your phone is basically a cheat code. Let's get into it. Yap Island's rice stones, the parking nightmare. First up, we're heading to the island of Yap. These guys used rice stones. We're not talking pebbles, we're talking giant limestone discs that could weigh as much as a Tesla. The wild part? You didn't even have to move them. If you bought a house, the stone stayed exactly where it was, everyone just agreed it was yours now. Imagine that today. Hey, see that boulder on the side of the highway? Yeah, that's my rent for the month. Great system, until someone decides they don't remember who owns what. Black gold, the pepper problem. Middle Ages time. Back then, if you were balling, you didn't have gold bars, you had black pepper. It was literally black gold. You could use it to pay taxes or even your rent. But think about the logistics. Imagine having to count out every single grain to pay for a pizza. And what if you sneeze? There goes your whole paycheck, scattered across the floor. It makes getting your change in pennies look like a luxury. Salt, the reason you work. Ever wonder why it's called a salary? It comes from the word sal, meaning salt. Roman soldiers were actually paid in salt because it kept food from rotting. It was life or death. But imagine today, it starts raining on your way home from work. Oops, half your paycheck just melted into the sidewalk. Sorry landlord, it was humid this morning. I can't pay the mortgage this month. Talk about a literal liquid asset. Tea bricks. Next, let's talk about ancient China and Russia. They didn't use wallets, they used tea bricks. Imagine a block of dried tea leaves pressed so hard it's basically a brick. The cool part? You could actually spend them or drink them. But imagine the struggle today. You're at the mall, you want those new sneakers, and you're literally breaking off chunks of your money to pay. Plus, if it's a humid day, your savings account starts smelling like a giant Earl Grey. Not exactly stealth wealth, right? Wampum shells, the original jewelry pay. Then we have the Native American tribes with wampum. These were intricate beads made from clam shells. It wasn't just money, it was art. But here's the catch. The value depended on the color and the craftsmanship. Imagine trying to buy a car today and the dealer is like, "Sorry man, these shells aren't shiny enough," or if the purple to white ratio is off. It's like having a credit card that gets declined just because it doesn't look aesthetic enough for the store. Fashion over finance, literally. Cacao currency. Maya and Aztecs used cacao beans. For real. A turkey cost 100 beans, a rabbit cost 10. The kicker? There were counterfeiters. People would actually hollow out the beans and fill them with mud to pass them off as real money. Imagine the heartbreak. You think you're rich, you try to make a hot chocolate, and you end up eating dirt. That's a rough day at the office. So, next time Apple Pay takes 2 seconds too long to load, just remember, at least you're not dragging a 2-ton rock or counting pepper grains in the wind. Which one of these would you actually use? I'm going with cacao. At least if I go broke, I can eat my savings. Hit that sub button for more weird history. Stay chill.